Christmas night, 1996. A quiet home in Boulder, Colorado. Warm lights glowing, stockings hanging, and gifts tucked beneath the tree. But by morning, one of America's most haunting mysteries would unfold. A child beauty queen, found dead in her own basement. And nearly 3 decades later, we still don't have an answer. Case file number 004. Name, JonBenét Patricia Ramsey. Date, December 25th to 26th, 1996. Location, Boulder, Colorado. Key, mystery. Who killed 6-year-old JonBenét Ramsey inside her own home? It begins on Christmas evening, 1996. The Ramsey family, John, Patsy, 9-year-old Burke, and 6-year-old JonBenét, attended a holiday party at a friend's home. The night was filled with food, laughter, and seasonal cheer. Snow covered the streets of Boulder, muffling the sounds of the city. They returned home around 9 p.m. JonBenét, dressed in a red sweater, fell asleep in the car. Her father carried her up the stairs, tucked her into bed. It seemed like any other Christmas night, but by morning, nothing would ever be the same. Around 5:30 a.m., Patsy Ramsey awoke to start the day. She made her way down the spiral staircase, and there, on the back steps, she discovered a ransom note. A chilling 2.5-page letter demanding $118,000 for the safe return of JonBenét. The note was strange, too long, too detailed, written on paper from inside the Ramsey home. Panic surged. Patsy rushed upstairs, but JonBenét was gone. She screamed for John. She called 911. Within minutes, police arrived. But the crime scene was anything but controlled. Friends and neighbors filled the house trying to comfort the Ramseys. Officers searched, but they didn't find JonBenét. That is, until 1 p.m. John Ramsey went to the basement. He opened a small, rarely used room, and there, he found his daughter's lifeless body, covered with a white blanket, a garrote fashioned from a paintbrush tied around her neck, duct tape across her mouth. The holiday home was now a crime scene, yet what happened next would only deepen the mystery. 3 pieces of evidence stand out in this case. First, the ransom note, 2.5 pages long, written in blocky handwriting, filled with odd phrases. It demanded $118,000, the exact amount of John Ramsey's recent work bonus. Experts later said the note was staged, too wordy for a real kidnapping demand. Yet, handwriting tests were inconclusive. Some experts pointed at Patsy Ramsey's similarities, while others dismissed it. Second, the basement crime scene. JonBenét's body was found inside the home, despite a note implying she was kidnapped. The garrote, a brutal homemade device, suggested planning, yet there were no signs of forced entry. Whoever killed JonBenét was already inside the house, or had easy access. Third, the DNA. Unidentified male DNA was found on JonBenét's underwear. Later testing reinforced that it did not belong to John, Patsy, or Burke. This DNA became central to arguments that an intruder committed the crime. But critics say it could have been contamination from the manufacturing process, meaning it might not be connected to the killer at all. Every clue seemed to lead in 2 directions at once. Nothing fit neatly. Nothing made sense. Over the years, 2 main theories have emerged. Some believe it was an intruder. An outsider slipped into the house that night, wrote the ransom note, and killed JonBenét in the basement before fleeing undetected. The DNA evidence, they argue, supports this. Others believe it was someone inside the Ramsey home. The ransom note was staged. The crime scene was manipulated. Perhaps it was an accident, covered up to protect a family member. Suspicion has long fallen on both John and Patsy, even Burke. Though officially the Ramseys were cleared by DNA testing in 2008, still the debate rages, a break-in or a cover-up. So what do you think? Was JonBenét Ramsey the victim of a cold, calculated intruder, or was the truth buried much closer to home? Christmas lights still glow in the old Ramsey house every December, a reminder of a little girl who should have grown up, celebrated birthdays, lived a full life. Instead, her name became a headline and a mystery. Nearly 3 decades later, her killer has never been brought to justice. And until the day we find out the truth, this case is still open. Before you go, I want to hear from you. Do you believe JonBenét's case points to a mysterious intruder, or was it something far closer to home? Drop your theory in the comments. I read every single one. If you found this breakdown chilling and thought-provoking, give this video a like. It helps more people discover these stories. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next case file we open together. Until then, stay curious, stay safe, and remember, this case is still open.